Welcome to Cozy Studio, where we interview and record bands and artists of all different genres. Today we're going to Sunergos Coffee to interview Meadows, a folk artist from Louisville, Kentucky. So high, the feelings flying by, emotionally dry.
Oh, Virginia, don't pay them no mind. You're one of a kind, like you should be. Summer heat will rise, the autumn leaves will fall, spring flowers will grow fast, and these winter winds will crawl, and I'll be right there with you through it all.
So, man, I've been playing music my whole life. I started on like percussion, then I was in orchestra for like 8 years.
Okay.
So I've been playing guitar for maybe three or 4 years.
Okay.
I've been singing for like 2. I'm trained more in like the musical theater, classical realm, but that's not what I listened to a lot when I was growing up. So I naturally I listened to a lot of folk music and a lot of like singer-songwriter stuff. So naturally that's what I wanted to write. That's what I wanted to sing. But I love musical theater. I wanted to do musical theater, so that was we started with that first, and that has really developed my voice for other things as well.
Woke up after not sleeping all night.
As a writer and someone who enjoys reading as well, I am always looking at the world in a different way. So I'm looking for stuff to write about. It's not just it's not stuff that's happening to me, it's just stuff that I see a lot of times. So some things that I have written about have happened to me, but also some things that have happened to other people, or that I imagine happening to other people. I don't want it to just be getting my thoughts out. I want it to be my words, but a collective thinking almost.
And does the musical theater play into that as well? You mentioned style-wise, or your voice is in that way.
Yeah, I think it does, because when you're a character, you are that character. You can say that you're just acting, but a part of you is in that character for sure. And it's so when you play a character for long enough, you start to maybe think about how that character would process things, and a lot of songs can come out of that. If you're playing a character who's really happy about everything, you might write a happy song at some point in your life. Because I played roles that are completely different from my personal self, so I have to really try hard to learn about how that character would think about things. Because you can't go into a show and just read the lines. You have to be that person for a while.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say and think about. But when you really break that down, you're given an outline for a role, and then you have to be able to bring it to life. So, and like I said, with writing, if you're being that character for a long enough time and you really start to think about what that person would think, you can easily write a song from their point of view about something. Right.
Does it ever come out in your personal life? Do you forget who you are for a minute?
So
Does that happen?
I mean, I played a role, Barnaby Tucker in Hello Dolly. He's very bubbly, he's very outgoing and loud, and that's just not who I am. So I would find myself
Definitely not overbearing.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you. I would find myself just maybe being a little bit more outgoing when I was learning about that character. But it can go the opposite way. It's never gone this way for me, but I've talked to actors and heard about actors who play a mean role or an evil role, and that comes out in their life. So I guess it's a double-edged sword. It's you gotta really watch it. But yeah, it does.
Never meant to fall so
So we are going to the Czech Republic and for 2 weeks we're going to be teaching music classes, and like we're going to be teaching a couple songs to some kids who really haven't had the opportunity to learn music. So I'll be teaching bass, and then at the end I think we'll have this big this concert for their families to come to, and like kind of just show like what they've learned over those couple weeks. So I'm super stoked about it. I'm really excited. So I'm in school right now I'm studying communications right now, but I'm changing my major.
Add it to the list of things. What are you changing it to?
Music education.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Because you're clearly passionate.
Right. That's something. It's been a lot of me working with myself about figuring out what I want to do. I think I've kind of finally settled on that. So yeah. But yeah, school. I'm doing school right now as well. So.
I don't know how you do it all.
Not very often. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't sleep very often. Yeah.
Ain't much use to me now.
It's about so your heart being somewhere else, and then when if you're not in that relationship anymore, it's really of no use to you, because you are if you're so into that person or so into that relationship, and they have your heart, if you're not in that relationship, it feels like it really isn't much use to you anymore. So that's I think that's the kind of the point of that song a little bit, yeah.
And then did that come from personal experience?
Well,
because that's also a general concept.
Yeah, and that one is a little more broad spectrum, a broader thing. That's not me personally.
Yeah. Okay.
But even not in a romantic relationship, even in a friendship, that could be a thing, because we have friendships that are so important to us that if you feel if that person wasn't there, then they can have whatever they took from you. You don't need it back, because it's that was such a big part of you. I think Waiting is, that's a song I wrote at 3 a.m. with my buddy Alex.
Oh, yeah?
And we recorded it that day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and that was the first original song I ever wrote.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is crazy, because I released it on SoundCloud originally, and within a week I got 700 listens. And that was my moment. I was like, oh my goodness, this is a cool thing that I could do, even if it doesn't
be that quick, yeah.
Yeah, and if it isn't if I'm not making money from it, I don't really. That's not something that I care about. It's more for me of expressing myself and getting that out there, because people I would get messages because of that song of people who are man, I'm going through this right now, and your song really helped me through that, and that for me is why you would do it.
Yeah,
there's nothing I feel making an impact on somebody's life is the most valuable thing you could do.
Yeah.
So for all those songs, I've got messages from people wow, this song really impacted me in a special way. Thank you for writing it. And then that's what's that's what keeps me doing it. And not every song is going to do that. Not every song that you write is going to be a song that people can connect to. But that one that you do write that people connect to makes everything that you write just seem that much more. It feels like it has a lot of weight. It can really help somebody.
The autumn leaves will fall.
So the vision for that is so it's based out of the Oldham County Art Center, the Oldham County Schools Art Center, and the vision originally was to get, because a lot of people, when you go into that space and you think it's just a couple people running that whole thing, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes. So we wanted to get some people kind of out and kind of in the spotlight for a little while about what they do at the art center. Because we had costumers on, we had directors on, we had the artistic director. We had some
cool, because people wouldn't otherwise know
yeah,
about it.
yeah. And then we had some students on, talk about their experiences. And we're kind of taking a break right now. But I think the goal is to get some more local artists on, because it's really cool to think about how a lot of people are doing this. A lot of people are every day writing, performing, reaching out, making connections. And people want to do that. Kids want to do that. So it's if we can bring someone in who has done it and is doing it, to talk about the choices they make and what their writing process is, or like for actors, like how do you get jobs, like how do you get acting jobs? If we can bring people in to talk about that, it gives kind of an insight into that life that a lot of people want, but they're afraid to go get, you know.
My heart is out with the stars.
So I have plans to release some new music in the coming months. It's all like, so for me when I write a song, I don't think a song is ever finished for me. So that's what I'm trying to deal with for myself, is like figuring out when a song is ready to be released and when I need to keep working on it. So I've got some stuff that is I think is close, that I'm working on.
That's exciting.
So that's really exciting. Like I said, I'm changing my major to music, and I'm auditioning for U of L music school on Friday.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
Well, good luck. Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate that.
You'll be fine, but-
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going on that mission trip. Man, I'm just like rolling with the punches.
Well, you said there's another production coming up.
Yeah,
The theater
yeah.
as well, so.
I'm auditioning for Hunchback of Notre Dame at the Louisville Kentucky Arts Center. Audition for that if they see this before it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I'm playing bass and leading at Southeast. Just a lot of cool things, man. A lot of awesome things.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, I'm excited, and we'll listen to a few of these tunes live.
Awesome, man.
You said that you needed some time, so you go your way, I'll go mine. And if someday the stars align, I will gladly call you mine. If I love you, then waiting would not be so hard to do. And if you love me too, you'd be there when the waiting's through. I told you you should take your time. I said I'll wait, you said it's fine. And that if this was meant to be, your heart would find its way to me. If I loved you, then waiting would not be so hard to do. If you love me too, you'd be there when the waiting's through. So if someday along the line you find your heart in need of mine, I'll be there if you give me time, and I will